This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball app makes it easier to keep up to date with the transfer news, scores and stats in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description below.
I'm here with the review with Kyle. Kyle, same year, well new year, but same old Newcastle unfortunately, just no quality in the final third and Manchester United come away with a 2-0 victory. What are your immediate thoughts?
Gutted, mate, to be honest. I thought we were worthy of a point. We defended really well, but we got undone by two mistakes. That's pretty much it, really. If I was to sum it up in a sentence, it'd be that.
Martin Dubravka, he's been arguably our best player this season, and he makes a rare mistake, and unfortunately has cost us in a time where I think we were comfortable. I didn't think Manchester United were actually a bother.
We were on top, so it was a kick in the balls, to be honest, mate, to concede a goal like that. And I'm not going to knock Dubravka because honestly, mate, he's been arguably our best goalkeeper this turn of the century. Like, he's been that good. He's been on par with Shea. Like when Shea Given was at Newcastle, he's been that good. And it's his first mistake as a Newcastle goalkeeper, so I'm not going to knock him, you know what I mean, at home in a game where we weren't expecting much. I'm not going to knock the lad, honestly, I'm really not.
In the first half, I thought yes, Man United were always going to have more possession. That was a guarantee. Yeah. In terms of Newcastle, Atu for me was the one that was really looking to try and do something, try and create something. He had a couple of chances which are easy for De Gea, but at least it looked like we were trying to do something, which was nice to see.
I think Atu, I don't want to knock him because he played well tonight, but I think he sums up Newcastle, mate. He's a trier, he's trying to make things happen, but he hasn't got enough quality to get the job done, and that's pretty much Newcastle's squad. They've got triers, they've got people that want to do well for the club, but you just get the feeling that they're not good enough. Like, they give 110% in their effort, was definitely there today, but you just get the feeling that we need one or two quality players. Like, the squad's crying for investment, and I think honestly, mate, if it weren't for Rafa and like a couple of really good performances away from home, we'd be below Huddersfield, mate. I think it'd be that bad.
We'll talk about Rafa a little bit later in the review. In terms of the end of the first half, again, we defended quite well. We didn't really see Dubravka making many saves in the first half. I think the second half, you can sum it up with the substitution when he brings on Lukaku and Sanchez. Lukaku on his own probably is more than our squad in substitutes, but is that extra bit of quality? And you're saying about investment, how crucial is it that we can get, not the quality of players that Man United are obviously going to get, realistically, we need to get our own players that can do the job.
As I say, mate, we just need a couple of quality players. Like, the hard work and the determination's there to build on. Like, the foundation of a good squad's there. You just need like a couple of really good players to build that team around. But it's not there. It's just grafters, mate. It's like there's no star man where you can say, right, he's going to change a game. Crystal Palace have Wilfred Zaha. Like, there's teams around the bottom, or even Huddersfield having Aaron Moy to look at. We don't have that kind of quality player in our team, and it's really depressing as a Newcastle fan because we're crying for investment, but unless a takeover happens realistically, is that going to happen?
Well, there's been rumours, and I know Steve Howie's had a lot of chip, but you know what, I think he's been one ex-pundit, one ex-player, or one pundit that's actually tried to, you know, be respectful towards Newcastle. I think you're quite right. Too many bridesmaids and not a bride. I think that's what you've got to say with Newcastle, not enough quality going forward. But let's see what Rafa Benitez has to say about that performance tonight.
I think that we deserve more. The way that we were playing and we were pushing them and working so hard, I think we had chances to score goals, and maybe the mistake that we made was too much punishment for us.
I'm getting better. I'm working hard. I'm trying to give my best to the team. What is left now for me, I have to improve on my end product, my finishing. I've had a lot of chances that I could score. For the game that I've played, I think I have to score some goals.
And just while you can hear the Man United players leave, in terms of Newcastle, the other results coming in, Burnley won, Southampton got a point. It's not looking good, it's looking a bit tasty down the bottom. It's just coming too close for us now, isn't it?
We're being dragged in, and we need a bit of confidence. I think that's mainly where the Blackburn game might come in, but I think really what we need is, because what lifted well last season was getting Kennedy in and getting Dubravka in. It lifted the squad, and performances seem to improve massively. So I think, mate, we need a couple of signings through the door, just some good players that'll be able to improve this squad, because the foundations are there for the squad. It's just we're crying for some quality, mate. That's it, really.
The next 6 games look very horrible, to be honest with you. Chelsea, Man City, Tottenham, Wolves, but that big game in the middle of January against Cardiff, that's a must-win now, isn't it, really?
With the way teams are playing around the bottom at the minute, with Burnley winning 2 in a row, Southampton drawing the night, and in the past 4 or 5 games, winning games under their new manager, I think when next game against Chelsea's big. I know everyone will look to Cardiff as where with this easy 3 points will come from, but
no easy game in the Premier League. Truth
be told, mate, they beat Leicester at Leicester, and Leicester have been turned over Chelsea. They've turned over. They've been really good this season. You know what I mean? And Cardiff went there and got a result. So not even Cardiff's an easy game. I just think if we can pick up a point to Chelsea, I mean, it's hard to talk about now, but if we can get something like that, I mean, it'd be great. I mean, it would help momentum-wise anyway.
Last couple of questions. Firstly, for the Blackburn game, would you make many changes, or would you just stick with what we've got? There's still 10 days till the next game, but we've played 4 games in the space of 2 weeks. Would you give the likes of Woodman a go? And I think Yedlin's come off with a bit of injury. I think Mankey will come in, and maybe even give likes of Sorensen and Longstaff a start.
I'd go for full strength team. I want a good cup run. Like, the league has been so depressing, it's unbelievable. It's just what we've got to show. We're miles away from mid-table. We're getting dragged into the bottom 3 as every game goes on now. I'd like a good cup run. I'd like to go and beat Blackburn, because if anything, even if we beat Blackburn and get humped in the next round, it's going to breed confidence into the players going into Chelsea, and we need a win, especially here where we can't win at all. We can't even score at all. So I think the win here, even if it's against Blackburn, would be a great result for her. You know what I mean? Confidence-wise.
Definitely. And finally, on the January transfer, you've talked about investment, you've talked about getting players in, we've talked about takeovers. If a takeover doesn't happen, do we not get any signings? And if that's the case, let's be brutally honest, Kyle, we're not going to stay in this division if that's the case.
I mean, I've seen a video. Arsenal fans bitching and moaning that they're shopping at Poundland. They want to try having Mike Ashley for a flipping season or 2. And
we need a food bank if that's the case.
And then they'll know what shopping at Poundland's like, because we've been shopping at Poundland for a good 11 years now. Like, Arsenal can sign the likes of Aubameyang, Lacazette, Mkhitaryan, I can go on. I'd take any of them in our team. Hell, I'd take the bench. I'd take Welbeck. I'd take Ramsey.
It's slightly different kettle of fish with Arsenal, though, but I do get your point.
They're saying they shop at Poundland. I think they need to open their eyes a bit. Like, no disrespect to them, but I really think if they think they're shopping at Poundland, they need to just take a look at us, because we're shopping at we're relying on things from Poundland to keep winning the league. In fact, it's free transfers, isn't it? We've got Kay on a free, loans. It's just we're relying on the bare minimum to keep winning the league, mate, and it's probably luck's probably going to run out again soon if Ashley doesn't piss off and leave.
Get your comments in below. What did you think of today's performance? I thought it was a battling performance, but do we just lack quality? Is that the brutality of it all? Get your comments in, like, subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you again.